Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a review for a brand new comic book series that's just released this week from Robert Kirkman and, get this, Scott Gimple, called Die, Die, Die. Huh. And I'll put the link in the description to the Wikia so you guys can go ahead and check this one out. Die, Die, Die Issue 1, which came out this week, just in time for Comic-Con, which is next weekend. And this one just kind of came right out of nowhere. So Issue 1 is on comic shelves right now. It's like $4. You can also check it out online from Image and Skybound. Brand new series from Robert Kirkman, but they did it in kind of a different fashion than usual with this one. They just kind of released it without promoting it first. So they didn't really let anyone know that they were going to be doing this comic book series. They sort of just dropped it, or they just released it when it was ready, which is kind of cool. And surprisingly, very surprisingly for Walking Dead fans, it is a joint project between Robert Kirkman and Scott Gimple. So this is the first kind of comic book series, I want to say, to my knowledge, that Scott Gimple's been involved with and produced or helped co-write. So the two of them are kind of writing this one together. And man, this is quite strange to see this kind of release between the two of them, Skybound and Image, because mainly you'd be thinking that Scott Gimple would be working on the stuff for Walking Dead, but it does kind of hint in this one here that in the letter hacks at the end that maybe this had something to do with him kind of stepping down as showrunner from the Walking Dead series, or just that you know, he wanted to kind of work on this side project as well too, while he's doing the other stuff he's doing for Walking Dead. And then of course you got Robert Kirkman, who's always doing like a million things, which is is kind of crazy when you think about, you know, he's got Walking Dead comics, he just had Invincible comics. He's involved with the other projects he's got all the other new series coming out, all these different comics coming out with this one as well too, which is going to be kind of a monthly release type of deal for a comic. So just got a lot of stuff going on. So, you know, I did not expect to see a new release of a new series like this, you know, at all from either of the two, I guess, because you'd think they'd probably be busy enough as it is. But I guess maybe it's something that that they had a good idea for. They wanted to do another comic series, or they wanted to do a joint project together. Probably after working together on the Walking Dead television series, they thought maybe they had good chemistry or something of the sort, so they decided to do one together here. So interesting comic. Read through the first issue. We'll do a quick review for you guys here. Just a general overview. So die, die, die 3 times, which is kind of fun when you read to the end of the issue here. And it's spoilers, but it's a brand new series, so you know, if you're looking to check it out, you want to have some information about it. So basically we have triplets, which is kind of revealed at the end, that you have kind of one of the two. So you have the two guys on the cover, and they're just absolutely blood-soaked. You know, lots of guns, lots of violence, lots of action, this kind of thing. It says blood-soaked, bullet-ridden, ultraviolet mayhem from Skybound. So then you have the first character, who's Paul, who gets is one of the triplets and gets his nose cut off by Stan, who reminds me of Jason Statham, just the way he looks and stuff, which is kind of funny. So you have the three of them that are kind of, I guess I want to say, probably gifted marksmen or assassins, this kind of deal. And each one looks to be a bit different, but you know, of course, they're triplets. You get one with kind of longer hair, and they differentiate each one. Well, one gets his nose cut off in the first issue, so. And that's, let's see here, that's Paul. So Paul gets his nose cut off, so it's pretty easy to tell which of the triplets he is. Then there's another one that's just kind of like a clean-looking, you know, regular one of the three. And then there's the other one that we meet at the end, who's got kind of longer hair, which is John. So to give you some understanding, so you got the triplets, and yeah, it's kind of a, I want to say maybe like an assassin. It reminds me most maybe of something like Deadpool from Marvel. Like you have Deadpool and you have Cable, and in this one, you know, somewhat like that. So kind of the premise overall, or at the bottom of the cover here, you've got kind of senator, and you have kind of this idea of you know, Illuminati or a conspiracy thing, where she'll basically, and it's kind of clever, it's kind of cool, and it's something that's been popular for sure in the last, you know, I want to say since you know, since the internet has become so mainstream last 10 to 15 years, where, you know, people don't necessarily trust authority figures anymore, and you have kind of a shadow cabal government, this whole kind of conspiracy type of idea. And so in this, that's what you have, and she basically sends them out to assassinate or take care of people if for the greater public good. So you got one guy who's a pedophile, and maybe instead of you know, instead of kind of announcing that in the papers and everything, they do something else with him. They decide to, you know, I don't know, put him down or hang him or something like this, or save face. Or another guy, they'll kind of fix a game for him so that he can become rich, so he can kind of get out of the picture. So just kind of different ways of manipulating through this this cabal assassin group. So, you know, I mean, it's fun. You get some swearing, you get lots of blood, you get lots of action, some brutal scenes here. So it's kind of fun. It's a cool kind of style of a new comic. I'm interested to see, you know, what it can become, and just how it will go through. If you're a fan of Robert Kirkman's work with Walking Dead, you're a fan of Scott Gimple from, it reminds me a lot, maybe in terms of what he's done in the TV series, to give it a comparison, maybe a lot like All Out War, where it's just like there's a lot in this first issue. It's crazy fast. You have all this stuff going through, and you have the story mixed in with all kinds of action as the different pages are kind of going through, and you see all the different, you know, gunshots everywhere, bullets, and fighting, and, you know, even the point where he's like throwing a gun at a guy and stuff like this. So yeah, it's an interesting new comic that kind of came out of nowhere. I am intrigued by it. I think that kind of the ending of the issue is really good when you kind of find out that 3 die, where it's 3 times, and the reason for that with the brothers. So, you know, it's kind of interesting as far as a new comic to go. It's just something that I didn't, you know, we didn't see coming, because they never announced it earlier. They just released it all of a sudden. So it's kind of cool. So anyway, you can check it out if you're going to Comic-Con this year or whatever, or you're just into comics and you want to try a new series from Image, Skybound, Robert Kirkman, and Gimple. It's there. You can check it out. And yeah, in terms of score for this one, I guess for a first issue, I give it like a 9 out of 10. It's intriguing. It's fun. I think it has a cool premise, and you know, certainly for people who like action, you know, there's lots of it in this. No zombies though, so if you're expecting to see The Walking Dead, no, you just get regular lots of dead, right? So that's what it is. So, it just not expected, right? Unexpected release, and you know, it was kind of cool. It was kind of a cool first read. So we'll see. We'll see if it's widely, you know, adapted or adopted, and if, you know, it can get, you know, I don't know how many issues. We'll have to see how long they're in it for, and how long they want to do it for, and how well it's picked up or how well it sells. But it could be good over time. And who knows, you know, series like this is how they start out, and then maybe 5 years later they can get picked up to be a TV show or something. That's really what happened to The Walking Dead. After a good number of years of releasing the comic, The Walking Dead comic book series was picked up for the TV series, and Invincible, something similar is happening with that now. So it could be good in the future, but we'll have to see, because it's so early right now after just one issue to really say too much about the future of this kind of series. So who knows, man? Let me know what you guys think. If you got a chance to read this through, you can even read it online. You get imagecomics.com. You can probably buy it there and read it. That's it for this one. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please thumb it up below. You can also share. You can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, button left to subscribe. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.